Now look, if you ever play basketball in your life, you already know there are different types of jump shots out there. We see them every single night. Your everyday layups, your standard free throws, and even your regular old three-pointers. But it makes you think, what actually counts as a normal jump shot, and most importantly, which of those normal shots are the absolute hardest ones to hit? Before we count down the top 10, we have to establish the ground rules. Rule number 1, you have to see the shot happen multiple times in a single game. If it's a 1 in a million fluke, that doesn't count. Rule number 2, the shot also needs to have a flick of the wrist that upon release creates a beautiful backspin. Rule 3, once a player that sets behind 30 feet away from the hoop, they have officially crossed the line that enters the crazy zone. We are staying underneath that 30-foot mark in today's video. So anything above the 30-foot mark, that would not count as a normal shot. Keeping it underneath 30 feet with the proper form and only looking at shots you'll see in everyday games, which shots are the absolute hardest shots to master? Remember, this is just my opinion. There are a lot of different definitions out there of what classify as a normal shot, but for this video, we are going with my personal 3 rules. With all that out of the way, let's get into the video. Number 10, the dunk. Look, let's be completely honest for a sec. The only reason why people think dunking is hard is because you don't have the height or you don't have the jump for a dunk. But I feel like once you're able to get up there and dunk the ball, I feel like it's a completely free shot. The only way I don't see it being a free shot, if you're going for like a heavy contested dunk, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's going to be a really hard shot. Or if you're going for like a flashy windmill, obviously it's going to be hard. But if you go for like a normal dunk, it should be pretty easy. You should be able to get it. All you need is the height and jump, and then you got it. Okay, I'm going to be real with y'all. I've actually never dunked a ball in my life. I am 6'2", and I never dunked a ball. I don't know if that's crazy to say that I never dunked a ball that height. But anyways, number 9. The fadeaway. There's a lot of different types of fadeaways out there. You have your normal mid-range fadeaways that you'll see almost every basketball player hit. And then you have the insane fadeaways like the fadeaway 3 that you normally wouldn't see in a normal game. So you must be wondering, what fadeaway am I talking about? The mid-long range fadeaway. Because you'll still see this shot happen during games, but it's not too rare unless your name is Steph Curry shooting it. But what makes it an actual hard shot to hit? Well, when you shoot a fadeaway shot, you are jumping backwards while trying to launch the ball forwards, making you lose your balance while shooting. If you miss a standard shot, you can track the ball. If you miss a fadeaway, your body's drifting towards the half-court line and you have 0% chance of getting your own board. It's a high-risk, high-reward bucket. I will say when you have people like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, or Dirk fadeaways, they create an insane separation. The defender could play perfect defense and it still wouldn't matter. That's only if you can master this really hard shot. Number 8, floaters. Most of the time, you don't want to take floaters because you want to. You take it because you have to. Plus, 9 times out of 10, you're running towards the basket. Because the ball goes up so high in the air and drops down at a steep angle, you rarely get the luxury of using the backboard. I will say it is satisfying once you do hit a floater, especially over a tall person, because like it just feels so great. But at the end of the day, you would rather do a normal layup than take a really contested floater. That's why it's at my number 8 spot. Number 7, corner threes. Corner threes are an interesting shot because you do see players hitting them in games like a lot. You even have a certain like basketball players that's on the team for the corner threes. Like for example, like Danny Green, PJ Tucker, and even Rui Hachimura.
Rui Hachimura.
Or however you say his name. Anyways, the reason why I believe this spot belongs to number 7 on the list is because same thing with the floater, you can't really use the backboard. Also, if your defender's playing defense on you around like in that corner 3 spot, it's a really tough basket to make. The only time you could see me shooting a corner 3, if I'm like wide open for it, obviously I'm gonna shoot it. Or if I'm in practicing that shot, and if I take it like almost every single time, then yeah, okay, I'm gonna take it. But maybe because I'm a big and it's personally not my shot, I rank this one so high. Number 6. The step back. Okay, I'm gonna be real with y'all. The reason why I put step back at this spot is because I asked a lot of people and what they considered the hardest shot, and most of them did say the step back. I can see why they think the step back is a hard shot, especially like the James Harden step back, which I don't even think you can do that in like high school or in leagues other than the NBA. I don't know if that's true or not. Don't fact check me on that. But I can still see how this is a hard shot to take, especially in today's age. I can see why it's up here. But me personally, I don't think it's that hard of a shot than the other ones that I said. You know, it's what the other people said, so I'm going to take their opinion on it. I'm just going to put the spot right here. It's still a hard shot though. Number 5, and ones. I don't even know if they should be considered a shot because you can have and one threes, and one layups, and one fadeaways. But I feel like if you hit an and one in general, it's still going to be a pretty hard shot because that means you did everything right and you're still physical enough to make the shot go into the basket. Any and one shot is going to be a tough bucket to make. When you also play basketball, you shouldn't try to look for foul baiting. I feel like that's a wrong way to play the game. The way that you should get and ones is by defender messing up and you getting it, but not necessarily you foul baiting. Just play the game supposed to be played. And if you get the and one, that's the cherry on top. Whatever you do, just don't miss the free throw because that low-key would be pretty embarrassing if you made the shot and then you're at the free throw line and you miss it. Number 4, alley-oop. I feel like alley-oops are a hard shot because it's not just you dunking the ball. It's also your teammate have to look for you and to see you up in the air to dunk the ball. Team chemistry does have a big part in this because you have to know if your friend can even do it alley-oop in general. Unless you're Chris Paul and you can just give alley-oops just like that, it's a really hard shot to pull off because you have to know what your teammate is. Is he capable of making the jump? Is he capable of making the shot? Are you capable of making that pass? There's a lot of things that go into it, and I feel like it's just other people's mind. You'll all have to coordinate, and if not, you can really mess up this shot real quick. It's basically like the dunk, but with extra steps that make it way more difficult. This is also the only shot on the list that needs 2 or more people to make the shot. Since it's the only shot that's like that, I feel like it is a little bit more harder than the other ones I mentioned, so that's why I put it here in the spot. Number 3, the sky hook. You don't really see basketball players using the sky hook in modern basketball. But back in the old days when you had Magic, Kareem, Will, the sky hook was a very popular shot. But now nobody uses the sky hook shot. Like, when's the last time you actually seen an NBA player or anybody at all that plays basketball use the sky hook shot? When people did use this shot, it was really effective. Who knows, it still might have been effective right now if people still take the shot and maybe change it a little bit. But that's why I believe it belongs in top 3 because 1, people don't use it as much. I know I keep on saying this. And 2, it's still a really hard shot to master. Number 2, wide open layup. First, making this video, I said wide open layups as like a joke in my head. But the more that I actually started thinking about it, it is a pretty hard shot to do. Just the thought of actually having a wide open layup, and that only happens like 1 in like 1,000 times you play basketball. And you finally get the chance of having a wide open layup. And if you miss it, bro, you know how embarrassing that is? That's why the shot's so hard. Because if you miss it, bro, your whole career is over. And you know for a damn fact that coach is going to put you right on the bench as soon as that happens. Trust me, I know I have experience on this, and it's not a good feeling. Alright, back to the video. So basically, this shot is not necessarily hard physically, but it's hard mentally. Number 1, drum roll please. Game winner buzzer beaters.